The British aircraft carrier made a stunning debut in a rain-soaked Singapore today as the Carrier Strike Group began a series of high-profile visits across Southeast Asia, with her 900-foot flight deck packed with F-35B Lightning stealth fighters, Merlin helicopters, and many of the ship's 1,600 personnel. HMS Prince of Wales arrived at the Marina Bay cruise terminal, with the Singapore skyline as stunning as Manhattan in the background. She was greeted by cheering youngsters and the band of His Majesty's Royal Marines, who had flown into the region to support the Carrier Strike Group's visit. The ships of the multinational naval group were spread out across the region for their first major public visit of the Operation HIMARS deployment, which began in Portsmouth 2 months ago. HMS Prince of Wales is joined in Singapore by her destroyer escort HMS Dauntless, also based in Portsmouth, plus the oiler RFA Tidespring, the Norwegian frigate HMS Roald Amundsen, and New Zealand's HMS Kaha, which have joined the multinational force in the past 2 weeks. 500 miles away, the frigates HMS Richmond and SBS Mendes Nunez are enjoying the hospitality of the Indonesian capital, Jakarta, and the final ship in the carrier group, the Canadian frigate HMCS Ville de Quebec, is visiting Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. The UK Carrier Strike Group as a whole is looking forward to the upcoming port visit. It is an important opportunity to conduct defense diplomacy in support of economic and diplomatic objectives. In each port, the ships will promote the strike group's key mission, demonstrating the UK's commitment to the security and prosperity of the Indo-Pacific region with allies and partners, including celebrating 60 years of UK-Singapore relations, which keeps us secure at home and strong abroad. We have brilliant people on board, and they have worked incredibly hard. Singapore is a wonderful place, and we have received a very warm welcome. We are delighted to be able to showcase this aircraft carrier, said Captain Will Blackett, commanding officer of HMS Prince of Wales. There will also be a range of activities, engagements, and events, including performances by the Royal Marines Band at key locations in Singapore and Jakarta, to celebrate the best of the UK and its armed forces. In addition, visits across the region will be used to champion the best of the UK's defense industry and technology, which it is hoped will drive trade and exports.